Hello, my name is Devin Chen, and I did my community resource project on Tempe History Museum. Now, here on the screen, I have the museum information. I have the address, the hours of operation, and the cost. Now, I find it amazing that the cost for the museum is free for anyone to just go right in. Doesn't matter how many people you go or when you go, assuming it's during the hours of operation, and it is free to just go in and have a great time learning. Now, the museum itself was opened in 1970, but when it first opened up, it was a public library. But it didn't stay that way because in 1991 they renovated the museum to become the Historical Museum of Tempe. And that also didn't stay because in 2010 they renovated it for again to become the museum that we see here today. Now, the opening for that was February 27th because they passed along a flyer to the people in Tempe, and they also have it preserved inside their museum. Now, the picture on the right is essentially what you would see if you were to walk into the museum today, because that's the picture I took when I went there a few weeks ago and had a great time there. Now, the organization itself is there to preserve the history of Tempe, to preserve the people that live in it, and also to kind of just preserve any interesting information that Tempe has to offer or anything that has happened in Tempe that is worth noting down and remembering for the future. They have a couple of educational opportunities specifically for the 4th grade and 5th grade here in Arizona. I only clicked on the 4th grade one because that's the grade I'm interested in, because I was curious about what they had planned, and to my amazement they had a huge lesson plan planned out for you to kind of open and follow along. Now, the first page, the page I have right here, is essentially the table of contents to kind of show you what you can expect inside this packet. They have pre-visit information for you to show the students to have them learn before they show up at the museum. Pre-visit materials about what materials they should understand before getting there, and also activities to do on the site that so you know what they will be learning, what they will be doing. And there's some post-visit activities so that once you bring them back into the classroom, it's not just we're done with the field trip, that's it. There's some activities that you can bring out along with it to make sure you connect that back into the learning. Now, I understand that sometimes it's worrisome about, oh, I didn't plan this. What type of standards will they have in there? Can I connect it to it? And a few pages after that, it's awesome that they provide us the standards. Granted, they're now outdated, but it is amazing that they include standards that will correlate with what the students will be doing at the museum during the tour. Now, the educational stuff that the students will be learning will be mostly social studies based. There's not going to be a lot of math or science. This is strictly social studies about the history of Tempe. Now, here I have the website information that you can go onto the site itself and access. And here are a couple of pictures of me at the museum. The first one is me at the door, and the second one is me on a retired police bike. And I thought that was amazing that they had these kind of fun exhibits that you can climb and take pictures on and just enjoy. This one is my favorite exhibit. What they had was they had 4 photographers walk around and take pictures of people that lived in Tempe or people in Tempe at the time, and also get their stories, and which is what was written below the photos. And I thought that was just a cool way of bringing the community together. They also have amazing places for the kids to play, to kind of put on a show as well. They have fun educational information for the students to learn as well. And what's super cool in my opinion is they also have these little books about the different type of communities that live inside Tempe. Now, that's my presentation. If you want any more information, feel free to access their website. And thank you for watching.